My father's house always smells like dust and old coffee, a scent that clings to the curtains and settles into the carpet fibers like a permanent stain of neglect. I'm kneeling on the floor, my cheek pressed against the baseboard, trying to get the Wi-Fi router to reboot. It's the third time this month. The carpet smells faintly of vacuum cleaner chemicals and something older, more organic. I'm Sarah, the family's unpaid IT support, the one they call when Netflix won't load or when dad's iPad freezes on a crossword puzzle. My real job, the one that actually pays my rent, is in cybersecurity. I find needles in digital haystacks. I trace ghosts in the machine. I hunt threats that most people don't even know exist. But here, in this house, I just unplug things and plug them back in while everyone watches me like I'm performing some kind of arcane ritual. The router blinks red, then amber, then finally settles on a steady green. I exhale. Look at this, everyone. The voice comes from behind me, bright and performative. I flinch. It's my sister Jessica. Her phone is already out, the camera lens pointed directly at me. I can see my own reflection in it, distorted and small. This is true family love. My little sister Sarah taking care of her dad's tech problems. Family is just the best, isn't it? Her voice is syrupy, each word carefully enunciated for maximum engagement. She's not talking to me, she's talking to them, her 50,000 followers. I hear the digital click as she posts it. I guarantee the caption will be #family-love or #blessed, probably both. I just want to get the dust off my face and leave. My brother Derek has been gone for 3 months. This router was his. He set it up 2 years ago during one of his weekend visits, back when he still had the energy to drive up from the city. Everything here still smells like him. Old coffee and electronics and that specific brand of soap he used. I close my eyes for a second and I'm 12 years old again, watching him build his first computer on the dining room table. Before we get into what happened next, please subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I also really want to hear your opinion on this story. We really need to clear out Derek's old things, Jessica says, lowering her phone now that the content is captured. She nudges his old PC tower with the toe of her designer sneaker, the kind that cost $300 and are meant to look vintage. This junk just needs to be tossed. It's depressing. My gut tightens, a hot, immediate clench that starts in my stomach and radiates outward. Junk? That's his workstation. It's just taking up space, Sarah. She's already looking at her phone. Again, scrolling through comments. Her thumb moves in practiced flicks. Like, heart, like. Nobody's using it. She doesn't know. Of course she doesn't. Derek didn't trust her. He trusted me. I remember him in the hospital, his voice thin and raspy from the oxygen cannula, but his eyes still sharp, alert, aware of every word he was saying. It was 3 days before he died. The room smelled like disinfectant and something sweet and rotten underneath. I brought him his favorite, coffee, even though he could only take tiny sips. His hands shook when he reached under his pillow and pulled out a small encrypted hard-built drive. It was warm from being pressed against his body. Sarah, he'd whispered, pressing it into my hand. His palm was dry and papery. Don't trust them with this. Only you'll understand. I tried to tell him he'd be fine, that we'd set it up together when he got home, but he'd gripped my wrist with surprising strength. It's a wallet, Sarah, for us, for the future. The key is yours. Don't let them bully you. He was a software engineer, brilliant, and paranoid. He'd worked in fintech for years, had seen too many systems fail, too many people lose everything because they trusted the wrong infrastructure. Promise me, he'd said. Promise me you'll do the right thing. Not the easy thing, the right thing. I'd promised. I'd held his hand until the nurse came in to adjust his 4, and I'd slipped the hard drive into my jacket pocket where it sat, like a stone. Now Jessica, who spent Derek's final weeks posting selfies with Captions about sending prayers and cherishing every moment. Wants to throw his digital life in the trash. I stand up slowly. My knees crack. I'm only 32, but I feel ancient in this house. We're not throwing anything away until after we settle the estate, I say. My voice is calm, controlled. I've practiced this tone in conference rooms with hostile clients. Jessica shrugs. Whatever, I'm just saying. She's already walking away. Phone tilted at that perfect 45-degree angle for maximum face. Slimming. I hear her murmuring into the camera. So much to do, you. Guys, it's just overwhelming. The family meeting about the will happens on a Wednesday afternoon. My father, Michael, sits at the head of the dining room table, the same table where Derek built that first computer 20 years ago. Dad looks older than he should, 73, but moving like 80. He just wants this over with. He's said so 3 times already. Jessica keeps checking her phone, tilting it so the screen doesn't catch the overhead light. I can see her pupils moving, tracking engagement metrics. The lawyer, a tired-looking man named Henderson, lists the assets in a monotone that suggests he's done this $1,000 times. The house appraised at $420,000. Savings account, $18,000. The car, a 10-year-old sedan worth maybe $5,000. All standard, all expected. I take a breath. My hands are cold despite the warmth of the room. There's something else, I say. Jessica looks up, annoyed at the interruption. What now? Derek left a significant amount of cryptocurrency assets, about $120,000. The silence is instant and absolute. Even the clock on the wall seems to stop ticking. Jessica's eyes, usually soft and doe-like for the minute, camera go sharp, predatory. 120,000, my father repeats, leaning forward. His hands are shaking slightly. He thought Derek died with maybe 30,000 in total assets. This changes everything. Yes, I say. I keep my voice level, professional. He entrusted access key to me. It's a cold wallet, encrypted. He set it up as part of his estate planning. Jessica's reaction is immediate and theatrical. Crypto? What even is that? Bitcoin? That sounds shady, dangerous. She looks at our father with wide, concerned eyes. Daddy, we can't declare that. What about taxes? It's too complicated. Let's just forget about it. Pretend it doesn't exist. My father, a man who still can't convert a PDF to a Word document, nods slowly. Jessica's right. It sounds messy. We should just leave it alone. I stare at them, both of them. My sister, who makes her living performing authenticity for strangers. My father, who has spent his entire life avoiding anything that requires more than surface level thought. Leave it alone. It's part of his estate. Hiding it is tax evasion. It's a federal crime. Oh, stop being so dramatic, Jessica snaps. The mask slips for just a second. I see the calculation in here's. Nobody even knows it. Exists. I know it exists, I say. The IRS will know it exists when I file the estate tax return, which I am legally obligated to do. Henderson, the lawyer, clears his throat. Miss Sarah is correct. Any asset over a certain threshold must be declared. Cryptocurrency is considered property by the IRS. Failure to disclose would be. We get it, Jessica interrupts. She's looking at me now, really. Looking at me. You have the key? Yes. You've had it this whole time? Since before her voice drops. Gets quieter, more dangerous. You were planning this. You were. Planning to keep it all for yourself. You were just waiting for the right moment to steal it. The accusation hangs in the air between us, so toxic it makes me dizzy. I can feel my heart rate spiking. My vision narrows slightly at the edges. You're a thief, Sarah. You're stealing from your own dead brother. She stands up. Her chair scrapes against the hardwood floor with a sound like a scream. Dad, she's been planning this the whole time. She probably convinced Derek to give it to her when he was too sick to. Think straight. My father just sits there, silent, watching. His face is carefully neutral in that way. That means he's already choosing a side, and it's not mine. He's always deferred to Jessica, always. She's the pretty one, the successful one, the one with the public platform. I'm just the it girl, the function. I'm following the law, I say. My voice sounds far away. I'm doing exactly what Derek asked me to do. He wanted this handled properly. Properly? Jessica laughs. It's a sharp, brittle sound. You mean you want your cut. You want to cash out. That's what this is about. I look at her, really look at her, at the carefully applied makeup, ring light that she's angled just right, even here, even now, at the phone clutched in her hand like a security blanket. The estate will be divided according to state law, I say. 1/3 to each of us. That's what Derek wanted. That's what's legal. Jessica's face transforms. The influencer mask drops completely, and what's underneath is something cold and furious. We'll see about. That, she says. She grabs her purse and walks out. I hear her car door slam a minute later. My father looks at me. For a second, I think he might say something. Might acknowledge that I'm trying to do the right thing, but he just sighs and says, "Why do you always have to make things so complicated?" Sarah? I drive home in silence. My hands are shaking on the steering wheel. Live 40 minutes away in a small apartment that smells like nothing, which is exactly what I want. No dust, no old coffee, no ghosts. That night, my phone buzzes. It's a notification. Jessica is live on Instagram. My thumb hovers over the screen. There's a knot of dread in my stomach, cold and heavy like I've swallowed a stone. I tap it. Her face fills the screen. She's in her bedroom, the one with the perfect aesthetic lighting and the motivational prints on the wall. She is crying. Perfect, photogenic tear stream down her flawless cheeks, catching the light just right. The lighting is impeccable, professional. Even. She's positioned the ring light at exactly the right angle. Everyone, I don't know what to do, she sobs to the 5,000 people watching. The viewer count keeps climbing. 5,200. 5,500. My own sister, Sarah, she's threatening us. My blood turns to ice. I'm sitting on my couch and suddenly I can't feel my legs. She's trying to steal from our family, from my dead brother. Her voice breaks perfectly on the word dead. My baby brother who just passed away 3 months ago. We're still grieving. My hands start to shake. The phone trembles in my grip. She's an IT expert, you see, so she says she found some digital money and she's holding it hostage unless we pay her. She wants $40,000. $40,000 from her own family. The comments scroll past like a waterfall of poison. Your sister is a monster. Jessica, stay strong. We support you. What a horrible person. Greed is disgusting. Kick her out of the family. I hope she rots. She's not just lying. She's performing. She's weaponizing her audience against me. This is a coordinated attack. This is information warfare. I can't believe she would destroy our family over money, over something we don't even understand. Crypto. It sounds like a scam. It sounds like something she made up. Jessica dabs at her eyes with a tissue. She showed up at our house today and threatened us. She said, if we don't pay her, she'll sue us. Her own family. My phone starts ringing. My Aunt Linda. I decline. It rings again. Cousin Mark. Decline. A text message appears. Then another. Then 10 more. The notifications pile up so fast the phone can't keep up. Sarah, I am ashamed of you. How dare you attack your family at a time like this? Give Jessica what she wants and apologize, you ungrateful brat. Your brother would be disgusted. I look back at the live feed. Jessica is reading comments now, responding to her audience in real time. Thank you so much for the support. Yes, I'm thinking about getting a restraining order. I just want to protect my dad. She's been so aggressive. Aggressive. The word is careful. calculated. It paints a picture. The tech-savvy younger sister, dangerous and unpredictable. The beautiful older sister, vulnerable and afraid. I should be screaming. I should be crying. I should be typing out a response, defending myself, explaining what actually happened. But something else kicks in. Something colder. My cybersecurity training. The part of my brain that activates when I'm analyzing a threat actor. This isn't a family drama, this is an attack. And attacks can be documented, traced, used as evidence. I don't reply to the texts, I don't answer the calls, I don't type a single word in her comment section. Instead, I open my laptop. My fingers are steady now on the keyboard. The shaking has stopped. This is what I do. This is what I'm good at. I start a screen recording of the entire Instagram Live. I capture every frame, every comment, every word she says. I save it with a secure timestamp in a legally admissible format. MP4, high resolution, metadata intact. I create a new folder on my encrypted drive. I label it Evidence Jessica 01. I methodically screenshot every comment that contains a threat or accusation. Every single one. I save every email, every voicemail, every text message. I export them as individual files with timestamps and send her information. I create a chain of custody document. She wants to fight in the digital world. She has no idea who she's up against. I've tracked state-sponsored hackers. I've testified in federal court. I've analyzed data breaches that made national news. Jessica makes videos about skincare. The next morning, I hire a lawyer, not a family lawyer, not someone who handles wills and estates, with a handshake and a smile. A litigator. A former prosecutor named Amanda Chen, who has a reputation for being absolutely merciless. She watches the Instagram Live video in silence. When it's finished, she leans back in her chair and says, "This is defamation per se. We can prove material harm to your reputation." And her attempt to hide estate assets is textbook conspiracy to commit tax fraud. What do? We send them a demand letter. Full distribution according to state law, 1/3 to each heir. If they refuse, we file suit and we include the defamation claim with a request for punitive damages. She smiles. It's not a warm smile. We make this expensive for them. The letter goes out that afternoon. Certified mail. Return receipt. Requested. It's formal and cold and lists every single statute there. Violating. Jessica receives it 2 days later, and she doubles down. She posts a picture of the letter on her Instagram feed. Her hand, with its perfect gel manicure, holds the paper up to the camera. The letter is slightly out of focus, so no one can read the details but the law. Firm's letterhead is visible. The caption reads, "It's official. My sister is suing me. This is what. My family love got me. I will fight this lie with everything I have. The truth will prevail. Please keep posing your prayers." She adds a broken heart emoji and a praying hands emoji. The comments are a fresh wave of outrage. My name is Mud. Every social media platform I have is flooded with messages from strangers who have never met me, telling me I'm evil, telling me I should die, telling me they hope I lose everything. I sit in my apartment and I read them all, every single one. And then I think, good, keep talking, keep creating evidence, keep building my case for me. Because now I start my real work. She called me a thief. She called me greedy. She painted me as a monster who preys on her own family. It's time to see what the digital footprints say about her. I am a forensic analyst. My job is to find the truth buried in the data. And Jessica has lived her entire life in the data. She's documented everything. Every purchase, every trip, every thought. It's all out there, public. Searchable, admissible. I start with the GoFundMe campaigns she ran 18 months ago. Help. Derek Fight Cancer, the title read. The description was heartbreaking. My baby brother has been diagnosed with stage 3 lymphoma. Treatment is expensive and his insurance doesn't cover everything. Please help us. Give him the fighting chance he deserves. Every dollar counts. She'd posted updates every week, photos of Derek in the hospital, thin and pale, photos of herself crying. The campaign had raised $15,000 in 6 weeks. People had donated $10, $20, sometimes $100. Strangers sending money because they believed in her, because they trusted her. I pulled Derek's medical records. I have legal access as the executor of his estate. I cross-referenced the dates with the hospital billing, the insurance explanation of benefits. My blood runs cold. Derek's treatment was 100% covered by his insurance. Hospital had a charity fund that covered his copays. He paid nothing. Out of pocket. Nothing. $15,000 raised. $0 needed. I traced the withdrawals from the GoFundMe account to Jessica's personal checking account. Then I followed that money. A $5,000 down. Payment on a new car. $3,000 to a luxury resort in Miami. $2,000 on designer clothes. The rest scattered across boutique purchases and spat treatments. She stole from her dying brother. She stole from her own sympathetic followers who thought they were helping save a life. My hands are shaking now, but it's not fear anymore. It's rage, pure, crystalline rage. I save every bank statement, every receipt, every insurance document. I create a timeline, a spreadsheet, a visual map of where every dollar went. I label the folder evidence_GoFundMe_fraud. But I'm not done. Next, I analyze her Instagram feed. I go back 2 years. I catalog every single post where she's promoting a product, the skincare serums, the diet supplements, the boutique clothing brands, the lifestyle, coaching programs. I run a script I wrote that cross-references posts with known affiliate marketing programs and sponsorship databases. 63 posts in 2 years. Every single one is a paid promotion. Not one of them is tagged with #ad or #sponsored or any disclosure required by the Federal Trade Commission. Every single one is presented as an authentic personal recommendation. This isn't just shady. This is a violation of federal regulations. Each violation carries a fine of up to $43,000. 60. 3 violations. I do the math, $2.7 million in potential penalties. I compile the report. I document every post with screenshots, timestamps, and archived URLs. I cross-reference with FTC guidelines and case law. I include examples of proper disclosure for comparison. I make it airtight. I make it undeniable. I label it. Evidence FTC violations. I sit back and look at my work. 2 folders. 2 bullets in the chamber. One will destroy her reputation with her own followers. Other will destroy her career and possibly result in federal prosecution. My phone rings. It's Amanda, my lawyer. They're refusing the settlement, she says. Her attorney sent a response. They're claiming the cryptocurrency doesn't exist and that you're attempting to extort the family. They want us to drop the claim, or they'll countersue for harassment. Let them, I say. Sarah, I need to warn you. If this goes to court, she's planning another live stream tonight, I interrupt. She posted about it an hour ago. Another Rwand honest update about her nightmare sister. There's a pause. Okay, do you want me to try to get an injunction? No, I say. Let her talk. Let her keep talking. Because I'm done being nice. I'm done being the reliable one. The fixer. The function. They want to see what happens when you back the IT girl into a corner. I'll show them what I can really do. I've been called a thief, a liar, a monster. It's time to show them what a real monster looks like. Jessica's live stream begins at 8 p.m. I'm watching from my couch, laptop open, recording everything. She's in the same spot as before. Same lighting, same aesthetic, same performance. Hi everyone, she says, her voice soft and trembling. Thank you so much for being here. I need to share what's happening because I can't do this alone. Your support means everything. The comments are immediately sympathetic. We are here for you. Stay strong, queen. You've got this. My sister's truth is coming, she says, making air quotes with her fingers. She's threatening to take us to court, to drag us through some legal nightmare over money that probably doesn't even exist. Lawyer says she might be delusional. That grief can make people paranoid. She's painting me as crazy now, unstable, dangerous. The comments eat it up. Have you thought about getting her mental help? She sounds unhinged. Protect yourself. I watch her perform for another 10 minutes. Then I open my email. Attach 2 PDF files. evidence_GoFundMe_fraud and evidence_FTC_violations. I've spent the last 3 hours compiling a list of email addresses, gossip blogs, influencer watchdog accounts, consumer protection advocates, the kinds of people who live to expose fraud in the social media world. I write a simple message. Attached is documentation of financial fraud and FTC violations by Instagram influencer Jessica last name. All information is verified and sourced. Use as you see fit. I hit send. 12 emails, 12 different platforms, all of them hungry for exactly this kind of story. Then I sit back and I watch Jessica's live stream. At first, nothing changes. She's still crying, still performing. The comments are still supportive. Then, slowly, I see it. A new comment appears. Wait, is it true you stole your brother's GoFundMe money? Jessica freezes, just for a second. Her eyes dart off screen to wherever her phone is positioned. What? That's a lie. My sister is spreading lies about men now. But the dam is starting to crack. Another comment appears. Gossip Girl XO just posted bank statements. You bought a car? Another. Influencer Scams has a whole thread on your FTC violations. 63 undisclosed ads. Jessica's face goes pale. The mask is cracking in real time. No, those are fake. Those are photoshopped. My sister is a hacker. She's making this up. But it's too late. The fire is spreading. Her own followers, the people who trusted her, are turning. The comments scroll faster now. Too fast for her to read them all. Thief. You used your dead brother's cancer for a car? I donated $100 to that GoFundMe. How do we get refunds? The FTC is going to destroy you. 53,000 followers, and you scammed every single one of us. Jessica stares at the screen. Her mouth opens and closes, but no sound comes out. Her perfectly crafted world is imploding in real time. Broadcast to thousands of people. She's not controlling the narrative anymore. She's drowning in it. This isn't, you don't understand, her voice is shaking. Real. Tears now, not the photogenic kind. Mascara is starting to run. Please, I can explain. But no one is listening. The comments are a flood of rage and betrayal. Her engagement, her power, her entire identity is being ripped apart by the same audiences she built it on. She fumbles for her phone. Her hand is shaking so badly she almost drops it. She jabs at the screen once, twice, and then the feed goes black. End broadcast. But the fire is already spreading beyond her control. Within an hour, the story is on 6 different gossip sites. By midnight, it's trending on Twitter. By morning, it's everywhere. The week that follows is systematic destruction. Jessica's sponsors drop her one by one. The skincare company puts out a statement, distancing themselves. The supplement brand demands she take down all posts featuring their products. The boutique she partnered with threatens to sue her for damaging their reputation. Her Instagram account, her kingdom, her entire identity goes dark. At first, I think she's taking a break. Then I realize she's been banned. Suspended for violating community guidelines. Someone reported her for fraud, and Instagram actually listened. The GoFundMe platform issues a statement. They're launching an investigation. They've permanently banned her from the platform. They are reaching out to donors about possible refunds. My father calls me once, just once. His voice is shaking. Sarah, did you do this? I provided evidence of illegal activity to relevant parties, I say. That's all. She's destroyed. The whole town knows. People are talking about me, about our family. You chose her side, I say quietly. You called me complicated. You. Let her call me a thief on camera to 5,000 people. You were fine with destroying me. You just didn't expect me to fight back. He hangs up without saying goodbye. 10 days after the livestream collapse, my phone rings. It's Amanda, my lawyer. They're settling, she says. Full amount, $40,000. Your 1/3 share. They'll sign a non-disclosure agreement and admit no wrongdoing, but they'll pay. They just want this to go away. When? Wire transfer. Today, within the hour. I sit very still after the call ends. My hands are in my lap. I can hear my neighbor's TV through the wall. Some sitcom laugh track. Normal. Life. Normal people. The money appears in my account at 3:47 p.m. $40,000. I stare at the number on my screen. This is what Derek wanted. This is what I fought for. But it feels hollow, empty. I open my email, I type carefully. Subject line, final notice, and termination of pro bono services. This email confirms receipt of the $40,000 settlement per the estate distribution of Derek latest. As of this date, I am formally disengaging as your unpaid IT consultant and technical advisor. All future support requests, including but not limited to Wi-Fi issues, password resets, new device setups, and software troubleshooting, will no longer be handled by me. I have attached contact information for Geek Squad and other local IT services. You will find that my family rate was quite generous. I list their current passwords for Wi-Fi, Netflix, Amazon, and my father's online banking. The ones I set up. The ones they could never remember. The ones they called me about every single week. Please learn to use a password manager. I will not be available to recover these for you again. Effective immediately, I am no longer your IT support, your tech consultant, or your free labor. I am simply a former family member who wishes you well from a distance. I do not want to hear from either of you again unless it is to apologize, which I do not expect. Sarah. I read it 3 times. Then I hit send. I feel a weight lift off my shoulders that I've been carrying for 20 years, since I was 12 years old and first figured out how to fix Dad's computer, since I became the reliable one, the helper, the fixer, the function. I am no longer their function. The next day, I take Derek's $40,000 and I open a trust fund. The Derek Memorial Scholarship for Software Engineering. It will provide annual scholarships for young, promising engineers from underprivileged backgrounds, the kind of people who have the talent but not the resources, the kind of person Derek was before. He made his own money. His money won't go to a new car or a fake lifestyle or a ring light. It will go to the future, to people like him, to people like me. I sit in my apartment that night and I open a beer. I don't usually drink, but tonight feels like it deserves something. I think about Derek in that hospital bed, pressing that hard drive into my hand. Do the right thing, he'd said, not the easy thing. I hope I did. I hope he'd be proud. I think he would be. My phone buzzes. It's an email from the Scholarship Foundation. Paperwork is complete. The fund is active. The first scholarship will be awarded next semester. I close my laptop and I breathe out slowly. For the first time in 3 months, I feel like I can breathe properly. If you were in my position, would you have done anything differently? Have you ever been the scapegoat in your family? Have you ever had to choose between keeping the peace and doing what's right? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If this story resonated with you, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for listening. I close my laptop and I breathe out slowly. For the first time in 3 months, I feel like I can actually breathe properly, but sleep doesn't come easy that night. I lie in bed staring at the ceiling, listening the hum of the refrigerator in the next room. My mind keeps circling back to the same question. Did I do the right thing? I think about Christmas when I was 8 years old. Jessica was 11. Derek was 13. We were in the living room surrounded by wrapping, paper, and boxes. Jessica had gotten a new camera, one of those instant print ones that were popular back then. She was posing with every gift, making Derek and me hold things up so she could take pictures. "This is for my scrapbook," she'd said, her smile wide and genuine. "I want to remember this forever." Derek had gotten the computer programming kit, one of those educational sets with a manual and simple commands you could type in. He'd opened the box immediately, spreading components across the carpet. I'd crawled over to watch, fascinated by the circuit boards and colored wires. "Want to help me build it, Sar?" he'd asked. That was the first time anyone had ever asked me to help with something technical. Jessica had taken a photo of us, me and Derek, heads bent together over the instruction manual, his finger pointing at a diagram while I held the tiny screwdriver. I wonder if she still has that photo somewhere. I wonder if she remembers that I used to be the little sister she called Sar with actual affection in her voice, not performance. When did it change? I try to pinpoint the exact moment, but I can't. Maybe it was gradual. Maybe it was when she started community college and discovered that being pretty on camera could get you attention. Maybe it was when that attention turned into followers and those followers turned into money. Maybe it was when she realized that reality was less profitable than performance. Or maybe it was always there. Maybe I just didn't see it. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. 2 a.m. I should ignore it. I picks it up anyway. It's an email from someone I don't recognize. The subject line reads, "Thank you." I almost delete it. Spam probably. But something makes me open it. "Dear Sarah, my name is Michael Chen. I donated $50 to your sister's GoFundMe campaign for your brother last year. I'm a cancer survivor myself, and I know how expensive treatment can be. When I saw the news about what she did with the money, I was angry. But then I saw what you did with your settlement, the scholarship fund. I teach computer science at a community college, and I have so many students who have the talent but not the resources. What you did matters. I just wanted you to know that. Your brother would be proud." I read it 3 times. Then I set the phone down and I cry. Not the angry tears or the frustrated tears or the exhausted tears I've been crying for months. Different tears. Relief, maybe. Or grief. Or both. The next morning, I drive to the cemetery. I haven't been since the funeral. I couldn't face it, but now I need to. Derek's grave is in the newer section, where the headstones are still clean and the grass is still struggling to establish itself. The stone is simple. His name. His dates. Beloved son and brother. Dad picked it out. Jessica. Approved it. I wasn't consulted. I sit down on the grass next to the stone. It's cold and slightly damp. From the morning dew. "Hey," I say quietly. "I know this is weird. I don't usually talk to graves, but I kept my promise. I did the right thing, not the easy thing." A bird lands nearby, some kind of sparrow, pecking at the ground. Morning air smells like cut grass and earth. They called me a thief. They called me crazy. Jessica told 50,000 people that I was trying to destroy the family. Dad just watched. He didn't defend me. Once. My throat tightens. I don't think I have a family anymore. The bird flies away. I watch it disappear into the trees at the edge of the world, the cemetery. But I have your scholarship fund, and I have my integrity, and I have the knowledge that I didn't let them bully me into doing something illegal. So maybe that's enough. I stand up slowly. My knees are wet from the grass. I miss you. I miss having someone who actually understood me, someone who saw me as more than just a function. I touch the top of the headstone. The marble is cold and smooth. I hope wherever you are, you know I tried. I walk back to my car. The sun is coming up properly now, burning off the morning fog. I sit in the driver's seat for a long time before I start the engine. My phone buzzes. Another email. This one from the Scholarship Foundation. They've received their first application. A. 19-year-old woman from a rural area, first-generation college student teaching herself Python from library books. Her essay talks about wanting to build systems that help people, systems that are fair and transparent and don't exploit users. I forward the application to the selection committee with a note. This is exactly who Derek would have wanted to help. That afternoon, I do something I haven't done in months. I go to the gym, not because I'm trying to be healthy or productive, just because I need to do something physical, something that isn't typing or thinking or analyzing. I run on the treadmill until my legs ache and my lungs burn and my brain finally shuts up. In the locker room afterward, I overhear two women talking. Did you see that influencer who got exposed for fraud? Jessica something? One of them says, "Oh my God, yes." The other replies, "I used to follow her. I thought she was so genuine. I can't believe she stole from her own brother's cancer fund. That's sociopathic." I stand very still in front of my locker. They don't know I'm her sister. They don't know I'm the one who exposed her. To them, I'm just another person at the gym, anonymous, uninvolved. I heard her whole family disowned her, the first woman continues. Good. People like that don't deserve families. I close my locker quietly and leave. They have it backwards. Jessica didn't get disowned. I did. But the story that's spreading, the narrative that's taking hold, is different. In the public version, Jessica is the villain and the family are the victims. No one knows that dad enabled her, that he chose her side, that he called me complicated for wanting to follow the law. That's fine. I don't need the public to know the whole truth. I just needed them to know her truth. The rest is between me and my former family. A week passes, then 2, then a month. My life develops a new rhythm. Work, gym, groceries, reading. I'm sleeping better, eating regularly. He stopped checking Jessica's social media. There's nothing to check. Anyway, she's gone dark completely. Some gossip sites speculate that she's moved out of state. Other things she's trying to rebrand under a new name. I don't care enough to investigate. My Aunt Linda calls. I almost don't answer, but curiosity wins. "Sarah," she says. Her voice is careful, measured. "I wanted to apologize. I sent you some very harsh messages when Jessica first made those accusations. I didn't have all the facts. I should have asked for your side of the story." "You should have, I agree. I don't make it easy for her. I saw the news about the scholarship fund. That was a beautiful thing to do. Derek would have loved that." She pauses. "Your father is having a hard time. Jessica won't speak to him. She blames him for not protecting her from you. And now his Wi-Fi hasn't worked in 3 weeks. And he doesn't know how to fix it." I almost laugh. Almost. "He has my email about Geek Squad." "Sarah, he's your father." "He was my father," I correct. "He made his choice when he let Jessica broadcast lies about me to thousands of people. He made his choice when he called me complicated instead of defending me. Actions have consequences, Aunt Linda, even for family, especially for family." She's quiet for a long moment. "You've changed." "No," I say. "I just stopped pretending that being related to people means I have to accept being treated like garbage. There's a difference." She hangs up shortly after that. I don't expect to hear from her again. That's fine too. I'm learning that not all relationships are worth maintaining, that sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is walk away. 2 months after the settlement, I get a package in the mail. No return. Address. Inside is a flash drive and a handwritten note. The handwriting is shaky, uncertain. "Sarah, this contains all the photos I have of Derek, from when we were kids until the end. I thought you should have them. I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Jay." I plug the flash drive into my laptop, running it through a security. Scan first. Old habits. The scan comes back clean. I open the folder. Hundreds of photos. Derek as a baby. Derek on his first day of school. Derek at his high school graduation. Derek teaching me how to build. That first computer when I was 8, the photo Jessica took that Christmas. Me and Derek, heads bent together, his finger pointing at the manual. I look at that photo for a long time. We look so young, so happy, so unaware of everything that was coming. I save the photo to my desktop. Then I create a new folder and transfer all the Derek photos there. Label it Derek Archive. I don't respond to Jessica. The photos are enough. Maybe that's her way of acknowledging what happened. Maybe it's her way of saying she knows she went too far. Maybe it's guilt. I don't need to know. I have the photos. That's what matters. 3 months after the settlement, the scholarship committee awards the first Derek Memorial Scholarship. It goes to that 19-year-old woman, the one who taught herself Python from library. Books, $5,000 for her first year of community college. The foundation sends me her acceptance video. She's crying. This changes everything. She says to the camera, I was going to have to work full-time and go to school part-time. This means I can focus on my studies. This means I actually have a chance. I watched the video 3 times. Then I send it to Derek's old email address, even though I know no one will ever read it. Look what you did, I type. Look at who you're helping. This is your legacy, not the money, not the crypto. This. I hope you know that. I hit send and the email bounces back immediately. Email address number longer exists. Of course it doesn't, but I needed to write it anyway. 4 months after the settlement, I'm at a coffee shop near my apartment when I see my father. He's at a corner table with his laptop open, looking frustrated and confused. He's trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. I can see him typing the password wrong, the error message appearing, him trying again. His hands are shaking slightly. He looks older, much older than he did 4 months ago. His hair seems whiter. His shoulders are more stooped. I watch him struggle for a full minute before I make a decision. I could walk over. I could help him. I could type in the password and show him how to save it properly so he doesn't have to keep asking. I could fall back into the old pattern, the old role, the old function. Instead, I pick up my coffee and I walk out. He doesn't see me. He's too focused on his screen, on his frustration, on his inability to do this simple thing without help. I get in my car and I drive away and I don't look back. That evening, I write in a journal for the first time in years. Today, I saw Dad struggling and I didn't help him. This should make me feel guilty. It doesn't. It makes me feel free. I think I'm finally understanding the difference between family and obligation. Family is supposed to be people who love you and support you and defend you when you're being attacked. Obligation is just people who expect your labor because you share DNA. I don't have family anymore, but I also don't have obligation, and maybe that's better. I close the journal and I feel lighter, like I've been carrying something heavy and I finally put it down. Not in anger, not in resentment, just in acceptance. This is how it is now. This is who I am now, and I'm okay with that. 6 months after the settlement, the scholarship fund receives a sizable anonymous donation. $20,000. Wire transfer? No. Name attached. I have my suspicions about who it might be. Maybe Derek. Had other friends in tech who heard about the fund. Maybe one of his former colleagues wanted to contribute. Maybe it's someone who read about the case online and wanted to help. I don't investigate. Some gifts don't need to be questioned. The fund can now award 2 scholarships per year instead of 1. Update the website. I add photos of Derek, not the sick photos from the hospital, the good ones. Derek at his computer, coding late at night, completely absorbed. Derek presenting at a tech conference, confident and brilliant. Derek being himself. The note on the website reads, memory of Derek last name, software engineer, mentor, and brother. This fund supports students who demonstrate exceptional potential in technology fields but face financial barriers to education. Derek. Believe that talent is distributed equally, but opportunity is not. Exist to correct that imbalance. 1 year after the settlement, I'm at a tech conference in San Francisco. It's the first conference I've attended since Derek died. Haven't had the energy or the interest, but this one is about cybersecurity ethics, and I thought it might be good to get back into the world. During a break between sessions, a young woman approaches me. She's wearing a conference badge that identifies her as a student attendee. "Excuse me, are you Sarah?" she asks. "Yes," I say, surprised. "I'm not famous. I don't have a public profile." "I'm Emma Chen. I received the Derek Memorial Scholarship last semester. I just wanted to say thank you. In person." She's the girl from the video, the one who taught herself Python from library books. "The scholarship changed my life. I'm doing a summer internship at a cybersecurity firm now. I wouldn't have been able to afford to take an unpaid internship without the scholarship covering my expenses. And the internship turned into a job offer. I start full-time after I graduate." I feel my throat tighten. That's wonderful. Derek would be so proud. "Can I ask you something?" Emma says. "The news articles about the scholarship mentioned that you had to fight your own family to make it happen, that they tried to hide the money. Why did you do it? It would have been easier to just take the money and walk away." I think about that for a moment. Because my brother asked me to do the right thing, not the easy thing, and because some fights are worth having, even when they cost you everything. Emma nods slowly. "I want to be like you when I grow up, someone who doesn't back down." "You already are," I tell her. "You taught yourself programming from library books. You didn't wait for permission or perfect circumstances. You just did it. That's exactly who Derek was. That's exactly who we need more of in this field." We talk for a few more minutes before she has to leave for her next session. After she's gone, I sit down in the hallway and I let myself cry for the second time since this all started. Not sad tears, grateful tears. Derek's money could have bought a car or funded a fake lifestyle or sat in a bank account slowly accumulating interest. Instead, giving someone like Emma a chance. It's creating exactly the kind of future Derek believed in. That night in my hotel room, I finally allow myself to think about Jessica. I wonder where she is, what she's doing, if she's still trying to claw her way back to relevance, or if she's given up on that version of herself entirely. I wonder if she ever thinks about Derek. Really thinks about him, not as content or as a prop for her grief performance, but as a person. As the brother who taught her how to ride a bike, who helped her with her math homework, who existed before he became useful to her narrative. I wonder if she remembers the Christmas photo. Me and Derek and her before everything got complicated. Before followers and engagement and performance. When family meant something different. I don't hate her. I realize that with some surprise. I don't hate her. And I don't miss her, and I don't want her back in my life. She's just someone I used to know. Someone who made choices that hurt me. Someone who chose her image over her integrity. That's sad. But it's not my problem to fix. Some people don't want to be fixed. Some people are perfectly happy being exactly who they are as long as the engagement metrics stay high. I hope she finds whatever it is she's looking for. Hope it's worth what it cost her. But mostly, I just don't think about her anymore. 2 years after the settlement, the Derek last name memorial scholarship has awarded 8 scholarships to 8 different students. 3 of them have already graduated and are working in tech. One of them is building accessibility software for people with disabilities. One of them is working on cybersecurity for a nonprofit that protects journalists. One of them is teaching computer science at a high school in an underserved community. This is Derek's legacy. This is what his money became. Not a car, not a vacation, not a ring light, something that multiplies, something that grows, something that matters. I'm sitting in my apartment on a Saturday morning, drinking coffee and reading through the new scholarship applications when my doorbell rings. I'm not expecting anyone. I look through the people and I see my father standing there. He looks small, uncertain, older than the last time I saw him struggling with Wi-Fi at that coffee shop 2 years ago. I think about not answering. I think about pretending I'm not home. But then I think about Derek saying, do the right thing, not the easy thing. And I open the door. Hi, Sarah, he says quietly. Hi, Dad. We stand there for a long moment, neither of us sure what to say next. Finally, he speaks. Can I come in? I step aside and let him in. He sits on my couch, his hands clasped together in his lap. I sit across from him in the armchair. The silence stretches. I've been trying to write this speech for 6 months, he finally says. I've started dozens of times. I never know how to say it right. Just say it, I tell him, whatever it is. I was wrong, his voice cracks slightly. I was wrong to side with Jessica. I was wrong to call you complicated. I was wrong to let her accuse you of terrible things without defending you. I was wrong about all of it. And I'm sorry. I know sorry doesn't fix anything. I know I can't take back the last 2 years, but I needed you to know that I was wrong. I don't say anything. I just wait. Jessica moved to Nevada, he continues. She's working as a receptionist at a dentist's office. She doesn't talk to me much. Maybe. Once a month. She blames me for not protecting her when you exposed her. She says I should have hired better lawyers. She says I should have fought harder. He laughs, but it's bitter. She still thinks. She's the victim in all of this. I don't think she'll ever understand what she did wrong. Probably not, I agree. But I do. I understand now. You were trying to do the right thing, the legal thing, the thing Derek wanted. And we painted you as the villain because it was easier than admitting that we were trying to hide money from the IRS. Easier than admitting that Jessica stole from her own brother. Easier than facing any kind of uncomfortable truth. He looks at me with red-rimmed eyes. I failed you. As a father, I failed you. I take a breath. Yes, you did. He nods. He doesn't argue, doesn't make excuses, just accepts it. I don't expect you to forgive me, he says. I don't even know if I deserve the chance to ask, but I wanted you to know that I see it now. I see what I did, and if I could go back and do it differently, I would. I would defend you. I would tell Jessica she was wrong. I would. Be the father you deserved instead of the coward I was. We sit in silence for a while. I think about what forgiveness means. If it means pretending it didn't happen, if it means going back to how things were, if it means letting him back into my life fully, completely, the way it was before. I don't think it means any of those things, but maybe it means something smaller, something possible. I appreciate you saying that, I tell him finally. I do, but I need you to understand that I'm not the same person I was 2 years ago. I'm not going to be your IT support. I'm not going to fix your Wi-Fi or reset your passwords or teach you how to use new apps. I'm not going to be the function anymore. If you want to have a relationship with me, it has to be an actual relationship, not me servicing your needs. I understand, he says. I've been learning. I took a class at the library, basic computer skills for seniors. I can connect to Wi-Fi now. I can use a password manager. I even figured out how to video call. This surprises me. Really? Really? It's not about the technology, Sarah. It's about not being helpless anymore, not using my ignorance as an excuse to demand your labor. You are right. I was treating you like a function, like a tool, not like a daughter. I feel something shift slightly in my chest. Not forgiveness yet, but maybe the possibility of it, someday. Would you like some coffee? Ask. His face brightens slightly. I would, thank you. I go to the kitchen and pour 2 cups. We sit and we talk, not about Jessica, not about the money, not about the past. We talk about the scholarship fund, about the students it's helping, about Derek and who he was before he got sick, about memories that aren't tainted by what came after. It's careful, it's tentative, it's not perfect, but it's something. When he leaves an hour later, he pauses at the door. Can I call you sometime? Maybe we could have coffee again? Maybe, I say. Let's take it slow. Slow is good, he agrees. Slow is more than I deserve. After he leaves, I sit on my couch and I think about what just happened. I don't know if we'll ever have a real relationship again. I don't know if I'll ever fully trust him, but I know that he's trying. And maybe that's enough for now. Maybe that's all I can ask for. 3 years after the settlement, I'm living a life I never expected. I have no relationship with Jessica. A tentative, careful relationship. With my father that consists of monthly coffee and occasional phone calls. No relationship with most of my extended family who still think I'm the bad guy. And I'm okay with all of it. I've built something different, something better. I have friends from work. I have a community of people in cybersecurity who respect my skills. I have the scholarship fund and the students it's helping and the knowledge that Derek's money is doing exactly what he would have wanted. I have my integrity. I have my self-respect. I have my freedom from obligation. And some days that feels like more than enough. Some days it feels like everything. If you were in my position, would you have done anything differently? Would you have fought back or would you have kept the peace? Have you ever been the scapegoat in your family? The one blamed for speaking and uncomfortable truth? Have you ever had to choose between being right and being liked? What would you have done with that $40,000? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If this story resonated with you, if it made you think about your own family dynamics or your own boundaries or your own worth, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support means more than you know. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for being here.